thought I'd let you guys know. I'm going to release a young golden eagle today. This is the first eagle to graduate from our eagle flight chamber. Now the flight chamber is 100 feet long, 20 feet wide, and 16 feet tall. And so I've never actually caught an eagle in a chamber this large before. We were donated a very nice net that collapses down. The circumference of the net is a little bit small, but I can still make it use, but it does telescope out quite a bit. So I can reach high enough to get him. And so we'll just see how this goes. This is a brand new experience for all of us. Like I said, the net's a little small, but it was tall enough to bring him down to the ground. Hi. Well, so excited.
And is this a young bird or an adult?
This is a young golden eagle, and the way we tell it's a young one, well, first of all, this was one that mom and dad stopped feeding. Old enough, now he has to survive on his own, and he wasn't feeding himself well enough. He wasn't finding enough roadkill, because that's what they eat mostly is roadkill. And so he was starving to death. He was dehydrated. The heat, we had temperatures up around 100 degrees here, so the heat was killing him, and the lack of food and the dehydration. He was on the very edge of death. But we got him back here, we got fluids into him, we got him stronger, we got him in the flight chamber where he could fly very, very well in our flight chamber. Now, if you want to know how to tell, look at the tail of this eagle, and you can see right here there's a white band up by the base of the tail. Okay, the juvenile golden eagles have a white band. They lose this white band when they're 5 years old. That's when they're sexually mature. The bald eagle gets the white tail at 5 years. The golden eagle loses the white on the tail by the time they're 5 years. So this is a beautiful, beautiful specimen. Everything's perfect. His feet are perfect. Everything's wonderful. Having this facility here is awesome. This is so much better than what I've had for the last 45 years. So this has really helped us a great deal, having such a facility. And there's going to be a lot of eagles moving through this facility, getting rescued and exercised and returned to the wild. So let's go get this little guy put in the car.
Excuse me. Come around the side. Over there.
You ready to go? Be turned loose, kiddo? Oh, he's so fat.
Totally different than when he came in.
Oh yeah, he was skinny bones when he came in. Now he's so fat. That's wonderful.
Okay.
Let's go up on the mountain, get him released. Hopefully my voice will carry out here okay for you. My name is Martin Tyner. I am the founder and CEO of the Southwest Wildlife Foundation. We're the local wildlife rescue organization here in southern Utah. I've been caring for sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife for 57, 58 years. And I've been here in Utah for 45 years caring for sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife. We just built, we've got flyers so you guys can pick up flyers. That's our new Wildlife Rescue Center that we just built in Enoch, Utah. And so kind of the great news is that this eagle, I've needed an eagle flight chamber for 45 years. My biggest chamber that I had at my house was 10 feet wide and 40 feet long. Now that might sound big, but to an eagle, that's really tiny. And so I've needed eagle flight chambers, and at our new rescue center, we have two 20 feet wide, 100 feet long, 16 feet tall flight chambers. So that's our new facilities that we're dealing with. And this eagle right here is our first graduate from the eagle flight chambers. And so this particular eagle is what I call a non-survivor. Basically, birds of prey, as they grow, mom and dad feed and care for them. They're very good parents. Once the young eagles start to fly, the young birds of prey of any kind start to fly, they become nasty teenagers. And they're always beating up their parents and stealing food. Okay? Until mom and dad have had enough and they migrate away. Now the babies are on their own. If they haven't learned to hunt and feed themselves, they die. 80% of all birds of prey do not survive the first year. So this was a non-survivor. This one, mom and dad got sick and tired of it, beating them up. Mom and dad says, we're not feeding you anymore, we're out of here. And so with the massive heat that we've had this summer, this eagle, heat stroke, starvation, dehydration, and it was all but dead. And I was called in, we rescued this little guy, got him back to our center, got a feeding tube down his throat, and tube fed him, gave him fluids, gave him food, and he slowly started to recover. We've had him for probably close to 3 months. He is now fat as can be. He's been flying back and forth that big flight chamber, and so he's been getting good exercise, and he's ready to be released to the wild. Now, you need to go back. Now, does that mean that he's going to survive?
No.
80% of them don't. All we can do is give them a second chance. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so that's what I have been doing for my life's work, not my occupation. My occupation is my sweet wife and I own Tyner's Dog Grooming.
Yay.
Yes, that's how we make our living. And so the wildlife rescue is my life's work, not my occupation.
Huh?
And one other thing I wanted to point out before we get too far into it. If anybody would like to, this is my book. This is called Healer of Angels. This is 40 years of wildlife rescue stories and the wisdom of grandparents. It's a very fun family read book. The eagle that's on the front cover, that's a golden eagle. And he's my eagle.
Wow.
He's my eagle. His name is Scout. And Scout and I have been together for 20 years. He's a dear friend. And my eagle autographed the book. That's his footprint.
Wow.
So it's the only book in the world autographed by a wild eagle. This is Scout. This is Scout. Now we do sell these as a fundraiser. We ask a $25 donation to our foundation. And if we don't have enough books, you can always go to Tyner's Dog Grooming. We have books there that you can certainly pick up. But the funds from the book help us feed the sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife. We are a volunteer organization. We do not receive a nickel of state or federal funding. And so to build a brand new wildlife rescue center over the past 3 years, through my social media, my YouTube channel, and those kinds of things, we have raised over $800,000 to build the new facility. So that's really awesome. So I've got a few bucks. If you want one, we do ask a $25 donation. So this is the dangerous part. Hopefully he still has his hood on. I put a hood over their head so they can't see, so he sits quietly. Hopefully he still has his hood. Oh, he does.
Lisa,
Beautiful.
can you and the gal in red step over for just a minute so she can get a photograph of...
No, Bob,
Bob, Bob, she wants you in the photograph. Bob, stay here. Stay in the photograph, right where you are.
Hi, baby. Okay. This is a golden eagle. And he's mad, which is okay. He's supposed to be. You know, we don't want him to like me. You know, I'm the one that stuffs a feeding tube down their throat. I'm the one that sticks the needles in for IVs. I'm the one that puts in stitches and takes out stitches. I'm the one that does the physical therapy. And when they're ready to go back to the wild, they hate me. And that's perfect, because we want them to stay as far away from humans as possible. And so this guy's ready to go. We're going to come down here.
Dixie's here.
Dixie's already here. Yep.